Podcast.
So in this episode, we're going to talk about a high school student from Yoshio Minami who became a victim of one of the most horrifying rape cases in Japan. Mungkin ada yang tahu siapa yang aku maksud?
Yeah, it's the most famous criminal case in Japan. Her name is Junko Furuta.
Yes, that's right. Her name is Junko Furuta, seorang gadis yang mengalami kejadian yang sangat brutal in Japanese criminal history. Dalam 44 hari terakhirnya, dia mengalami penderitaan yang tidak pantas dialami oleh siapapun, especially for a teenager who should have been thinking about school exams and her future. Di sini aku mau ngajakin kalian buat discuss bagaimana ketika sistem hukum, masyarakat, dan lingkungan tidak mampu melindungi seseorang. So, what do you guys think the biggest factor that makes Junko Furuta's case one of the most brutal crimes in Japanese criminal history?
I think the main reason is the extreme level of cruelty she went through. It wasn't just a single moment. It was non-stop torture for 44 days. The violence, humiliation, and the way she was trapped all show a level of brutality that shocked everyone.
As for me, the biggest factor why Junko Furuta case so brutal was the non-stop cruelty for the perpetrators show for days. Their actions were not only accidental but fully intentional, which is why this case is considered as was one of most horrifying crimes in Japan.
Okay, so what do you guys think those 14s able to do something so violent without fear? Was it individual cruelty or teen gang culture at that time?
Okay, I think it's really mix of both. Teen gang culture in Japan back then was strong and they felt untouchable because they had the backing of their group and they encourage each other and right and wrong became blurry, but of course their individual choices also matter. So it was not just one person being cruel, but it was the environment that enabled such behavior.
Yeah, I'm on the same page with you. They were cruel as individuals, but they also are influenced by that teen gang culture where acting tough and violence felt cool. They felt untouchable, like nothing could happen to them.
Okay, kisah Junko Furuta ini bisa menjadi pengingat untuk kita agar lebih melindungi mereka yang lebih rentan dan tidak menutup mata terhadap tanda-tanda kekerasan yang ada di sekitar kita. But the most important part is remembering her not just as a victim, but as a teenager who deserved kindness, safety, and a life that was taken from her. Semoga kisah ini bisa membuat kita jadi lebih sadar, lebih peka, lebih berani untuk membantu seseorang yang lebih membutuhkan kita. Because sometimes one small action can save a life.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.